Right, good day, watchers. I'm back, and welcome to my film review. Tonight we're watching a film called a film called 2019. Not long finished, of course. It's Terminator: Dark Fate. Supposed to be a sequel to, of course, Terminator 2: Judgment Day, of course. Science fiction. Okay, Terminator: Dark Fate is a 2019 American science fiction film that is the sixth installment in the Terminator franchise, direct sequel to Terminator 2 Judgment Day, ignoring the events of Rise of the Machines, Salvation, and Reboot Genesis. The film stars Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Sarah Connor and the T-800 Terminator, respectively reuniting the actors after 23 years. 23 years. It is directed by Tim Miller and written by okay, let's just leave it like that. Directed by Tim Miller. So the returning characters: Linda Hamilton, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then you got Mackenzie Davis, Natalie Reyes, Gabriel Luna, Diego Boneta. Paramount Pictures, released in 2019, running time 128 minutes, budget of 196 million, and then box office of 261.1 million. Okay, plot. In 1998, 3 years after destroying Cyberdyne system, Sarah and John Connor have retired to Livingston, Guatemala. They are suddenly ambushed by a T-800 Terminator 1. Several sent back through time by Sky, which kills John Connor despite Sarah's attempts to stop it. This film's got a lot of issues. I'm sitting there going, jeez. I mean, what the hell were they thinking? Anyway, so in 2020, an advanced Terminator, the Rev 9, is sent back in time to Mexico City to murder Danny Ramos, while a cybernetically enhanced soldier, Grace, is sent from 2042 to protect her. The Rev 9, disguised as Danny's father, infiltrates the automobile assembly plant where Danny and her brother Diego work, but is thwarted by Grace, who escapes with the siblings. The Rev 9 uses its ability to split into cybernetic endoskeleton and shapeshifter liquid metal. The Terrier pursues them, killing Diego and cornering Grace and Danny. However, Sarah revives and temporarily disables both forms of entity using military-grade weapons. Danny and Grace and Sarah retreat to a motel. Sarah reveals that she found them in the years since John's death. She received encrypted messages detailing locations of arriving Terminators, each ending for John allowing her to destroy them before they. This is another part of an issue with. I'm not the only person actually. Grace notes that Skyler and John do not exist in her future, meaning Sarah succeeded in destroying the former after Cybernet went defunct. However, humanity's future is threatened by another AI called Legion, originally developed by Cyber Warfare, which was built in Skynet's place. When Legion becomes a threat to humans, an attempt was made to neutralize it with nuclear weapons, resulted in a nuclear holocaust, and the AI created a global network of machines to terminate the human survivors who organized a resistance movement to counter Legion's onslaughts, and Danny's destiny is linked to the war against it. So anyways, this is a film that I've seen before. Okay, so at the beginning of the film, right, And at this part, okay, you see like Sarah Connor from the clip from the other the video clip of Sarah Connor from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. She's like talking about the the Terminators and all that kind of stuff, and of course that it is off from there, and then after, just after Judgment Day, of course, it takes place a year after, I think it's a year after Judgment Day, and you see him on like this beach in at first I didn't even know where it was at first. So anyway, at the beginning of the film, we see like a young Sarah Connor, a young John Connor, and it takes place just after Judgment Day. And this part kind of baffles me because I think to myself, okay, why are they on a beach? I mean, and the fact that they killed John Connor in a literally 5 minutes in the movie, I mean, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm like, oh boy, this film has got, some of the visual effects are good though, decent. I suppose in a way you can kind of tell they're a little bit effective, but so you see it's like T800 turn up on a sort of Sega T, it looks like the one from Terminator Judgment Day, and then he sees T800 turn up, killing John Connor, and then the film's got a lot of, I'm sitting there going, oh god, I mean, all of a sudden this Terminator just pops up, it's like a beach, you just sit there going, what the hell? A beach of all things. It would have been better in like a hideout in a home somewhere. It would have been better. I think that would have been a lot more. It just doesn't look that effective on a beach. It just looks a bit out of place. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So anyway, he kills John Connor. Spoilers, of course. And then a lot of people have had issues with. A lot of YouTube, everyone's just going, "What the hell were they thinking?" One of the most very important characters. They go, you know what? 5 minutes. Dead, that's it, gone. At the same time, I enjoyed it. It's not the worst film ever. It's because they do a terrible job. I mean, I do like some action scenes and stuff like that. I did enjoy it. I wasn't bored. It's like 2 hours. It's not the longest Terminator movie. It's not the short. It's not the longest. So yeah, I was sitting there. This film's enjoyable. I enjoyed it, but the film has issues. That's for sure. So anyway, after John gets killed at the beginning of the film, you meet this new character called Dana. It's actually later, but she does a decent job. So anyway, she's with her brother and she goes to this like automobile. It's like where she works at his automobile place, and she goes there. Right, next minute, you see it's like Terminators show up, naked and stuff, and they touch. And this is kind of cool to see us, but I said no, you kind of like okay, so. Yeah, it's in the. I don't know. I have no idea why this keeps. When the things are up in the air. It's up in the air. The first part, when fingertip. No, fingertip. This woman turns on. A character called Grace turns on. Turns out she's like enhanced. She's like an enhanced soldier to protect Dana. It's like really one of those films you've got to explain. It's like. So anyway, after that, you see it's like Terminator show up, and he's like up in the air. It's like the ball in the air. And he drops down on his feet. There's a lot of that going off, and there's a lot of scenes that I think looks so damn, some of it just looks a bit weird, where he jumps and stuff, does always jumping and stuff, and I think, okay, I know there's a lot of fakes of it, it just looks really, I don't know, it's weird. They did a better job in Terminator 2 Judgment. It felt more grounded and realistic when they did it. When these films, they're like more over the top action, they jump on things, that do that kind of stuff, and that's the issues of this film. So this other Terminator, this Terminator is a bit like a T800, because it's like metal from the inside, but liquid at the same time. So it's kind of both. There's like two Terminators in one, which is cool. It's like a combination. Still not the coolest Terminator. I think the one from Terminator Judgment Day, the liquid, was a lot more cooler. It was just incredible. The visual effects in that film, even now, just like wow. Anyway, so you meet these new Terminators, of course, and one of them, the evil, the Terminator who's trying to kill Dana becomes their father, and he turns up at the workplace, of course, and tries to kill her. So anyway, Grace turns up, tries to protect her, of course, and that scene makes no sense. She goes trying to protect her, and she goes, she still thinks it's her father, and it's weird. It's like it's got Terminator. So it's like I like the scene with the chasing, and I think that scene was pretty good. Where the chase scene was pretty good with where he's on that thing and the cars are flipping all over the place, and that scene was pretty good actually. And then Sarah Connor turns up at that scene, which is cool. And that scene was kind of cool. Anyway, so her brother gets killed, of course, and Sarah Connor has to protect her. Of course, they end up running off and driving away in her vehicle, and of course she's not very happy about it. Sarah Connor. Anyway, so Grace goes all kind of fun. She goes into this like pharmacy. She wants to get some like stuff for for her help, whatever. So she gets some stuff in the pharmacy, but of course then she goes unconscious, and then Sarah Connor turns up and takes her back to like a motel or something. And that's when she finds out she's like another enhanced. She thinks she's a Terminator first, and so she tells that she's human, of course. So this Rev 9 is still after them, of course. They keep getting these encryption things from this person with this location. So they end up in this location where, anyway, later on in the film, they end up on this like train. They end up like escape on the, like going on the top of this train, and then traveling somewhere. And so this film's, like I said, there's a lot to explain in this film, and I'm just like. So anyway, later on, they find out these encryptions, the encryption things. Give them like locations where Terminators turned out to be. Anyway, so they end up finding this this house, and it turns out the Terminator that killed John Connor is living there, and that, of course Sarah Connor's like not happy about it, of course. So she's like, I'm gonna kill you after this is over. Because this, I don't sort of think it's Terminator. This, I know this doesn't really work for me too, because it's like Terminators haven't got any conscience, but they can. You know, the first Terminator, the second Terminator says, I can't cry, I can't, but he understands certain things. But this Terminator, they made him like, I don't understand that. The whole Terminator having a family doesn't work for him, because you think so. He doesn't eat. How do you explain that? He doesn't sleep. How do you explain that? There is a part where she does that. How do you explain that? But the fact that he doesn't eat and all that kind of stuff, it's weird. Yeah, it's like, that doesn't really work for me. I would have thought it if it was in some kind of like it would have been better if they found him in some kind of room, like he's turned himself off and they find him. That would have been better, and they turn him on, and they find him in a building or something, one of us, or just hide out in a factory somewhere. He's just like there, they find him there, living with a family, like a rundown place that's empty, no one there. That would have been an interesting one. And he's there. But having a family doesn't really work. I'm sitting there going, but it's funny though. It does have some good sense of humour where it has a kind of dry sense of humour, which is funny. I sort of think it's always great in these movies. He's really good. And it's nice to see him in this film. It probably is his last Terminator movie he's ever done, but whatever. So anyway, they have to work together to kill this new Terminator. And so yeah, it's a lot of action, especially So when later on in the film, there's a lot happening in the film. It's like, Jesus Christ. There's a part in this film where they get taken by these border people. And they're taken in this place, like a facility with all these other people. And next to this Terminator turns them, and they're like, if we get captured by this thing could just come in and kill us. And that scene was good, but there's a part in this film where when the Terminator jumps up, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. It's like CGI jumping up. It's like, I don't know, I just don't like it. So they did a better job in Judgment Day, where the way the Terminator moves and stuff, it's so cool the way they did that. But this one is just like, jump up, fast. It's like, it doesn't look quite as cool. I know, I'm sitting there, Jesus Christ. It's like, God, why can't they just do it the way they used to do it, where it was all full as if they actually, when the Terminator throws that with the other Terminator one arm, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Super Terminator. It should be able to do it because if it's got the same weight and everything, it should be able to throw it out like that. So they end up escaping on this helicopter, and of course, later on in the film, they end up on this like plane. It's not all in order, some of it, because I'm trying to. It's so much happens in the film. You got to remember what certain things are happening, because I'm literally like. I mean, this film's. I've only seen this film twice now already. I liked it a little bit. I liked it more tonight than the last time I watched it. I watched it about 3 years ago now. I'm sure it was. So anyway, they end up on this like plane, this big freaking, this big plane, of course, and they end up taking off, and then the other Terminator turns up. Next bit, it turns up on another plane so freaking quick. I mean, I'm sitting there going, Jesus, this freaking thing's quick. So first of all, it gets thrown out of the plane, and then it comes back in another plane. It's like, Jesus, this thing's actually quite fast. I don't know how it managed to catch up so freaking quick. And then there's like a fight on the, it's like planes colliding and stuff, explosions happen. It's like crazy. A lot of good action scenes. I admit the action scenes in this are pretty good. Some good visual effects, explosions and stuff, which is cool. And then the next minute, there's like this dam. They end up at this dam, right, where the thing crashes into the water. Terminator gets like taken. There's like a fight between the two Terminators underwater, and then the other Terminator uses the liquid Terminator, grabs hold of the other Terminator, knocks him. All that thing crashes on top of it. It's like something crashes on top of the other Terminator, and then Sarah Connor. Then the survivors, Danny, Grace and all, they're all like that. They're still in the bloody car. They end up in this plant, and there's like this is like turbine thing that there's a fight. The fight breaks out of all the characters, right? And then to Terminator, fingers Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger character pushes the other Terminator into this like spinning turbine thing. There's like a big explosion, and a really cool explosion, by the way. You think it's like, how the hell did that Terminator if it could survive that? It's crazy. It does have some good action scenes actually. There's a scene where Grace says he'll take this thing out of her to kill the other Terminator, and it is a bit of a copy from Terminator 3's Rise of the Machines, because in that he takes this thing out to blow the other Terminator up. It's like, whatever you call it. So there's another part in the film actually there's a part in the film where, okay, get to that in a bit. So anyway, so the swinging, and the next minute, the other Terminator wakes up Carl. That's what he calls himself, Carl. Fingers like Sarah Connor's like, wake up, Carl, and he wakes up, grabs the other Terminator, and shoves that finger into the other Terminator. It's a bit like Terminator 3 where he shoves that finger, does that. He doesn't go, "You're Terminator," though. He just and then they fall into this big hole. And next minute, it's like it's electricity and stuff like. And the music, I like the music to it. The Terminator music, the sad music. That scene was actually not as good as the Judgment Day where the Terminator sacrifices and kills himself. Not as good as that. But that scene was pretty cool though, where he actually starts to see his skin come off, and you see more of the Terminator. And then it says, "For John." That's it. That part was pretty good though. I did like it though. I didn't hate it. I watched it again and I thought that's actually not bad. Cool effect too at the same time. We actually see the Terminator, what it looked like. So we'll get to the part where I just thought, oh my goodness me. Another scene that lost me. Okay, so Grace is talking, they're on this train, right? And Grace is talking about her past when she was younger and who saved her. It turned out to be Danny. I don't think it was okay. Because there's a part in the film where Grace is get surrounded by these adults. These whatever. So, and they've got knives or whatever. Anyway, she gets surrounded by these adults, right? Next minute, Grace finger turns up Dana, and she's older, but she looks the same. If you know what I mean, they're trying to make her look a bit older, but she looks the same. And this scene was just, oh my goodness me. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe she's an enhanced soldier herself. Maybe made her stronger, but I don't know. They don't really explain that. So anyway, she might have had an enhancement. I don't know, because there's a part of the film where she's beating this guy up, beating this woman up, dodging. And I'm thinking to myself, hang on a minute. How the hell does she beat that? She's 5'5", whatever. And this guy's 6 foot, whatever. And it's he's way taller than her. And she's just more, freaking Superwoman, Supergirl, whatever. And beats this guy, but this woman. It's okay, this is ridiculous. This is the problem with this film I have. The fact that they made the females more stronger, which is weird. Okay, I get the Grace part, she's got enhanced, but it gets ridiculous, some of the things, isn't it? They make the characters a little bit more stronger. Because in Judgment Day, when he threw someone, he looked more realistic, but in this it looks like someone's just ooh, you can throw someone 20 miles, it's ridiculous. There's a lot of issues with this film. That part was ridiculous, especially the part where, she's fighting bloody Legion and stuff, and they're giving this like speech, and then she just convinces them that fast. You know, it takes about 5 minutes to convince them. It's crazy. And next bit, she's like got everyone on her side and stuff. It's like, oh boy, here we go. It's like there's a lot of issues with this. That part I did have an issue with. She's like not surprised. I know I can't explain it. It's like this. She gets chased by a Terminator and then she gets better. It's like this, and she's like, I don't know. I suppose anyway she doesn't kill the Terminator then, which is McCree, you know. But the film does have issues. I just think, oh boy. Good visual effects. It's good to see Sarah Connor back, of course. Linda Hamilton, that's great. She's always good to watch. The girl who plays Dana, she does a decent job. Also, Schwarzenegger, good to see him. I like the part where he's just about to put the glasses on and he goes, no. So is this film better than the other ones? No way. Definitely not better than the first two films. But I did enjoy that. I didn't hate it. I didn't dislike it and everything. I'll definitely watch it again, but yeah. Okay, what I did like... Okay, the last part was good. I did like the last part too. Yeah. Okay, what I did like about it... Okay, some of the acting wasn't the best, you know what I mean? Some of the acting was fine, but some of it was just like, ugh. So some of the acting not the best. Character, not very good character development at the same time. Not the best I've ever seen. That part where Finger's beating that guy up, and I just think, okay, she must have some kind of power or something to do that, because that looked ridiculous. That looked ridiculous, and then she convinces them in 5 minutes. A matter of 5 minutes, it's yeah, maybe not even 5 minutes, 3 minutes or 2. Mad. Some of the effects don't look that. I know some effects look like, you know, they don't look quite as good as the second Terminator movie. You know what I mean? Second one looks amazing stuff. Practical effects, CGI. This one kind of CGI, and that's it. There is some good car chases at that, which I liked, which I enjoyed. Decent, okay, decent performance, they're not bad. And the fact that also it's the T800 is like as a family man, I mean that does not work. There's probably there's probably other stuff I've probably missed, but there's a lot of things I just think, oh boy. Yeah, the film's got some issues that it's an expensive movie to make, so what I liked about it, I like the action scenes. Some of the effects were good. Some of the performances are decent still. I like to see it. It's good to see Arnold Schwarzenegger. Some good music. It's good to see Arnold Schwarzenegger. About good music at the same time. Good action. I like the Terminator. I like the guy who plays the new Terminator, Rev 9. I think it was pretty good actually when you watch it. And some good decent effects in there. I did like the two Terminator combination thing. I did like that. I thought it was pretty cool. This one was more devastating. It's more hard to kill, which is cool. So the fact that this is another part I had issues with before I got, you know, she's going around killing other Terminators that fast. That's another thing that makes no sense. She had issues with the first Terminator, struggled against the second one, and all of a sudden she's killing Terminators. All of a sudden it's like, and then this Terminator, this Terminator is pretty tough too. Weird. Doesn't make sense that. That's another problem I have with this film, but. Apart from that, I enjoyed it. Good action scenes, good, decent performances, good action, some decent performance. Some of it's like, yeah, could have been better. So the rate I'm going to give this film is a 3.5 out of 5. I still liked it though. I didn't hate it. I've seen worse. But yeah, so 3.5 out of 5 for this Dark Fate. I didn't hate it. I'd probably watch it again. So yeah, I'd probably give it a higher rating if I probably watch it again. So yeah, I didn't hate it though. It's just some parts were just weak enough, but some parts I liked. Especially when you see the action scenes out there with the Terminator, you know, some of the effects were good though. I really like that. The last part was pretty good actually. The finale, I don't know, I didn't mind that at all. It was actually better than I expected last time, because last time I watched it, I thought, okay. Then I watched it again, and that's actually not a bad action scene in the last part. So yeah, so the last part was probably my favourite part actually, the action scene. But yeah, so 3.5 out of 5 for Dark Fate. I liked it though. I didn't hate it. It's not a patch on Judgment Day. It's not even a patch on the first Terminator film. Two classics. So yeah. So if people want to go off and off a bit, maybe subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. And I'll be back.